Right, welcome back to the channel. So, if you're new here, my name's Alan and I create car creations. Fully qualified car painter. Yeah, not really a lot else to say apart from that. So, let's get into my rant of the day. So, Nissan X-Trail 2.2 DCI. This is my daily. It is a 2006 and it's classed as the T30. Now, this thing has been a drain of all of my money, and I'm coming to you guys to see if I can figure out what is actually wrong. If you guys know, if somebody can shed some light. So, set the scene. A month before Christmas, it's not running right, it's taking ages to start, and it won't settle on tickover. Keeps dying, constantly having to hold the revs down at things like traffic lights and stuff. Really annoying. So, fast forward 2 days before Christmas, I turn it off from our day out as a family. The next day, I go to fire it up because I need to go and pop to the next village along. And for some reason, it just wouldn't start. So, I get left. Christmas passes, and I get it plugged in, and it turns out it's a diesel pressure sensor. Okay, cool. Order a diesel pressure sensor online. Fit the diesel pressure sensor. Now, somewhere in this, it's blown the 100 amp fuse that comes from the battery and then goes to the alternator and starter. Now, I changed the 100 amp fuse, not a problem. Put the diesel pressure sensor in, start it up, no issues whatsoever. I have it sitting, and it's got warm. It dies. It still won't tick over. So I think to myself, it's okay. I'll just flick it back on. It's warm now. It should fire back up like it used to. And it won't fire. All of the speedo cluster has absolutely no lights whatsoever. And my window's stuck down. My stereo won't come on. None of my heaters work. At this point, it's hammering it down with rain, and I am soaked. So, pop bonnet. I'm like, why is all of this? It's blown another 100 amp fuse for some reason. I think, right, I'm soaked through. I changed the battery, and I ring up an auto electrician. He comes back to me and says, it's probably the wiring coming from the fuse box to the alternator and the starter. It's all one set. It's probably worn through at some stage due to the movement of the engine on the mounts. Sounds reasonable. I check the wiring. No issue. So I ring up another friend who's a mechanic, and he says, because the starter and the alternator run on the same loom, what you do is you unplug the starter, turn the key. If it goes to do everything but doesn't blow a fuse, it's the starter. I'm under the assumption that it won't do anything and it's the alternator. but why would it all of a sudden be causing it? This makes no sense to me. Why is it blowing 100 amp fuses? The battery I changed over is a less amperage and stuff to the original one that I put in. So I'm at a crossroads. Do I potentially spend, 150 quid on a starter, and then it is the alternator, so which is going to be another 150 quid? Is there something in the wiring that I can't see? Because obviously, it's wiring. It could have tiny little nick. I don't see it. Yeah, I'm sort of at a loss. I don't know what to do. I'm in the predicament of, do I just go and get another runabout for, 800 quid, something like that? Or do I spend potentially 500 quid on getting all the wiring checked out by the auto electrician, changing the starter and the alternator, and then essentially it still possibly is firing wrong because of the sensor that I need to change again, clearly, even though I've bought the right sensor. So it can't be the sensor, even though it said on the plug it's the sensor. And then there's still the case of rear subframes, pretty rotten. I don't know if you know about these, but the rears, they always rot out on them. And MOT's in August, so I can't see it making it through another one. It's been through like 4 or 5 with advisories. I'd be very surprised with what I've been doing to it if it makes it through another one. Yeah, I'm just stuck on a crossroads. Do I buy a new car? Do I potentially keep spending money on a car that essentially cost me £1,000 a year and a half ago? I've paid less than £100 a month for this car. I don't really like it. Like, you guys all know, it's all about driving a car you like. If you like the car, you like driving. If you don't like the car, you're not going to like driving. Yeah, it's got heated seats or whatever, but I'm not really down for that. I like something that's like fun, not something that's just a bore. So battery's been changed, diesel pressure sensor's been changed, but for some reason it keeps blowing the main battery fuse. So you've got the loom that comes off of the battery to the fuse box. The 100 amp fuse is in the fuse box. Then it goes off from that to the alternator and starter, and for some reason it's blowing. And when you just want a definite answer and you don't think you're going to get it. And this is what this video is for. Am I going to get that definite answer, or am I just pissing into the wind? Because I have been so stressed about this. My left eye has been twitching for the whole of the Christmas period. I haven't been able to take my family out. I haven't been able to do the things that I would normally do, even just things like tip runs, go to the workshop, sort the cars out. The channel's pretty much dead because it's just been constant bullshit sorting it out. Yeah, I don't really know where to go, and I'm just hoping that somebody can give me some sort of direction, or a majority of people can give me some sort of direction. Should I scrap the fucking thing, call it quits, go and get another car and run about in that for 12 months? Or do I potentially spend 400-500 quid trying to sort out the sensor and stuff, only for it to go through MOT and it needs a £300 subframe, and potentially welding on the where the suspension mounts on the rear and all the boot floor. Yeah, and then on top of that, it's not fun. It's a boring fucking car. Like, you know, when cars are just fucking boring, you know, it's not good for laning. It's it's just good for hauling about a load of shopping and putting stuff in the back and maybe putting the kids in and stuff. That's about it. Yeah, I don't know. This is just my honest review as well of what I potentially think. And this X Trail T30 2.2 DCI is. Everyone in the groups bangs on about, oh my god, this is the best car and I love it. Yeah, it's a little shit, mate. Oh, you're wasting your fucking time. You clearly haven't driven enough cars. Like, because there's a lot better out there. Especially the way they work and the way they're laid out. Like, some of the stuff on it just doesn't make any sense. And, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to ponder. If you know the answer, or you have a rough guess even, or you can verify that the mechanic's statement via the starter motor just being unplugged and the sensor, sorry, the fuse still being intact should mean that the starter motor is the problem, then yeah, I'm all for it. Give it to me straight. Thanks for watching, and I don't know, my next video is either going to be I've got a new car or I fix the X Trail, but I think it's going to be new car. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in a bit.